Yep. So, good evening, guys. So I hope everyone doing good. So today we are going to discuss about a very important topic, stating that VM. VM is nothing but, as I told you guys, virtual machine, or we can call it as virtual computer or virtual server. So VM is nothing but we can call with these many names. Okay. So in this virtual machine, how VM files? It's like a dot point. I will explain it clearly. Before going to discuss about today's topic, VM files and snapshot and VM tools. Already we have seen this VM tools task actually, but I will just rewind again. Okay. So these three topics we are going to cover. These three topics should be there in the interview. Pakka. Okay. So before going to discuss about VM files, snapshot, and VM tools. So yesterday, what we had discussed, guys? Disk provision, right? So how many type of disk provisions we have during VM creation? How many options we will get, guys? Could you please tell us? Yeah. So blocking, zeroing, then data. Data write is nothing but storing. Okay. So if we wanted to save the data, store the data in one device, that device should be provisioned. Provisioning is nothing but blocking, zeroing should be done. Then only immediately data will accommodate inside of that device. It could be a memory card, it could be any hard disk, any storage device. Okay. So in disk provisioning, we have how many we have, guys? How many types we have? How many options we have? Two, right? One is thick provision, and second one, am I correct? I think you guys are not following. Please. It's thin provisioning, and another one is thick provision. So in thick provision also, we have two. One is thick, lazy,
eager,
zeroed, and another one, eager, zero. Okay. So, so thin provisioning means when you have one virtual ESXi, on top of that, you will create one virtual machine. When you will allocate thin provision with 100 GB, this 100 GB will be here only. Whenever customer is trying to save the data, how much ever space is required, within this 100 GB, this ESXi will provide to this virtual machine. It's like on demand. Whenever VM needs, at that time it will produce the storage. When it comes to the thick, it's lazy zeroed and eager zeroed. If you will select eager zeroed, blocking, zeroing both will happen, and this 100 GB will dedicate it to this virtual machine. So no one cannot use this space. Probably it's like a dedicated one, not on demand. Okay, so directly customer will save the data. Probably customer always go with this eager zeroed only. For testing purpose, they will use thin provisioning. For testing purpose and continuously whatever the virtual machine is using for testing, for those zeroed will use. Okay, so lazy zeroed, you guys know, blocking will happen, zeroing will not happen. So once the customer starts saving the data, there zeroing will happen, then data will store. This is all about disk provision. Any doubts, guys? Is that clear?
Clear, Saman.
Okay. Again, I'm telling guys, if you're not understanding, please let me know. Okay, don't be quiet. Huh? It's my humble request. Yeah. So coming to the today's point, VM files. What do you mean by VM files? Files on this VM where it is residing, guys. Which device is hosting virtual machines, guys? Where we are creating the virtual machine? From where we are giving RAM, CPU, hard disk to this virtual machine, guys? I'm asking you guys. On ESXi. Yep. So again, I'm telling, if you are in mute, it is not good. Okay. VM files on where it is residing in ESXi. Why? Because this is the host, right? Here only VMs are residing. So as we know, this ESXi has huge RAM, right? Sorry, just let me just do this. Yeah. So as I told you guys, this is the ESXi. So in this ESXi, we know some RAM is there. Some RAM, just assume 100 GB. Okay. vCPUs around some 16. Hmm? And data store, that is called HDD. Okay. So how much it could be? I'm just mentioning 500 GB. No, I'm just mentioning some 40 GB. Okay. So where we are installing this ESXi, guys? Where we are installing? We are installing on physical server. It will be in the data center. It could be a Dell one or it could be HP one, anything, right? As we know. So here what we are doing, so here we are just creating a virtual machine, right? Here we are creating virtual machine, right? So for this virtual machine, we are just providing some 1 GB RAM, one CPU, and some 10 GB hard disk. Okay, just assume. So this 10 GB hard disk is there now. So when you will open this server console, like let me open here. When you will so when you will open a server console, you will get see like this, right? So check here we have ESXi1, and in this ESXi, we do have two virtual machines, Tiny and this one, but we need Windows Server. So let me open the Windows VM. Yeah. Yeah, see, Windows 10 is there. I'm just opening that console, open console in new tab. So, okay, if I'm going inside, how it looks like, guys? See, this is my laptop. Okay, if I'll open my this one, I could see this information, right? Downloads. Where is my computer? Just that. Yeah, this PC. See, I have two drives. If you are opening this virtual machine also, okay, this one also, you will see the same desktop, right? Inside. But my question here is, this virtual machine is residing on where? I'm asking you guys. Where it is residing? Where we created this virtual machine? Munira, Soumya, Sangeeta, Karthik, Masood. I'm asking you guys.
ESXi.
Then why you guys have booked quiet? I'm asking you guys only, right? Hmm? This VM is residing on ESXi. So from here only we are providing RAM, CPU, hard disk. So this hard disk we used to call data store. Now coming to the point. If I come here, if I am opening any one of the Tiny Linux VM, if you'll click on this, you can see how much memory, how much RAM, how much CPU it is allocated. If you're coming to this ESXi, if I'm clicking on this, you can see this Windows VM have some 26 GB storage and 2 GB RAM and 61 some megahertz CPU. Okay, so now I wanted to see this VM, this VM, where it is residing. It is residing on this ESXi, right? ESXi2 it is residing, correct? Huh? So now I wanted to logging into the ESXi1. So here if you're going to storage, you can see ISCS. Yesterday I was saying, right? So for this ESXi, this is the data store. If I'll click on this, you can go here. So here what you have to do, data store browse. Browse in the sense we are going inside of the data store. Okay. If I'm going inside, what is our virtual machine name? Windows 10. See, in this ESXi, total 3 virtual machines are there. One is Windows 10, Tiny Linux 2, and Tiny Linux 1. 3 VMs are there. If I'm clicking on any one of the device, any one of the VM folder, you can see these files. These are the files, guys. I was telling, right? VM files, VM files. These are the files. When you will open this virtual machine desktop from customer view, you will see like this only. But from our VMware side, these are the files. And now, Soumya, do you have the environment handy?
Yes, Samant.
Could you please open your, just share your screen? I will explain from your screen.
You got the screen, Samant?
Wait, let me give you the permission. So I hope you have the access now. You can share your screen.
You got it, Samant?
Not it. Guys, are you able to see Soumya's screen?
Samant.
Yeah, now we are.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's used.
Yep. Please, just keep the same tempo. Just unmute. Whenever I am asking at that time, try to respond. Don't be quiet. I wanted to take the classes in a interactive mode. One side, I don't want it to go with one side. Okay. And now see from here, can you make it big, Soumya? I think that's fine. I hope everyone can able to see Soumya's screen, right?
Yes, Samant.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so see Soumya, here everyone, this is ESXi host, and we don't have any virtual machines yet. You can see virtual machines showing 0. If you click on storage, you can see 1. It means this ESXi has one data store. That is the one. Click on that. Yeah, this is the data store. If you wanted to browse, if you wanted to go inside, you have to right click and you will get an option data store browse. You can see from bottom third option. Don't click. Yeah. If you wanted to go, you can click by this way. Otherwise, in the same dashboard, you can see next to the register VM data store browser. With the same, these two options you can use to get inside of this data store. So click on that. Are you seeing anything?
No.
Why? Because we are not yet created any virtual machines. When you will create a virtual machine, that virtual machine will store in this data store in a file-based level. It's very easy. We are not going to do anything. In interview, they will ask you each file definition. That's it. I will tell you what is. Close it and create one virtual machine. Create two virtual machines. Huh? One is test, another one is test 2. Test
Okay.
1, test 1 and test 2. Yeah. So see, select the data store means from here we are going to assign some hard disk to that virtual machine. That's the reason it's showing here. Okay, click next. If you have multiple, you will get multiple. As you are seeing in HOL, you are seeing 2 data stores, right? That is the reason. So give only 1 GB hard disk. Yeah, come to, okay, just click OK. Next. Finish. And come back to storage and browse and see whether that VM files are storing here or not. See, click on that folder that is called VM, that VM files. How many files are there? 3 are there, right? So these 3 files are the major files. In real time issues, I will tell you. If any virtual machine is not reacting properly, we need to work on that .vmx file. Just right click on that .vmx file, you will get register option. See, don't do anything, just register, delete, download, blah, blah, blah. So in real time, I will tell you how to handle these issues. But now what I'm trying to say, this .vmx file is nothing but it's a configuration file. Configuration is nothing but, so when you will create a virtual machine, at the time you will give some information, right? Like what is the RAM, what is the hard disk, how many CPUs, right? What is the operating system? This all the data, this file will keep. This file will handle. This file will take care of that entire information. Okay, you got my point?
Yes.
Okay, this file stands for, in interview they will ask what is .vmx, like what is the configuration file. It's a .vmx. Why I am mentioning .vmx, this .vmx file will start with the virtual machine name. If you will create a virtual machine with a name like some test5, so that VM name .vmx, whatever the name it is, VM name .vmx. So VMX is nothing but it's a configuration file. So where you will it carries the base files, main files of the virtual machine, such as number of CPUs, how much hard disk, what is the memory size, this all the information it will keep. And what is the VMDK file? So VMDK file means it contains the VM hard disk files. So in our VM, if it is a Windows or if it is a Linux, customer will save some data, right? Correct? Hmm?
Yes.
That data context, like when you will purchase one book, in the first page there will be a like index, right? So in which page what would be there? So that information, everything, like the header files will carry through VMDK file. It captures the hard disk files. It stores the hard disk files. Okay. And next, what is that?
SD.
VMSD file. This is called, it's a snapshot file. So I will explain about this VMSD file when I will cover snapshot. Okay. And now just close it and create another virtual machine with different name. Any name is fine.
Next,
Yeah. With the same configuration, just mention 1 GB. Yeah. Next. Click on next. Click on next. Finish. And see, just go back to data store and browse for this test2. You will see the same files with a different name, like test2. Correct?
yes.
So what I would like to say here is, so whatever the virtual machine name, start with the VM name, it ends with the file name. These file names never change across the world. In interview, they will ask, what is the configuration file? .vmx file, sir. What it does, it carries the virtual machine configuration data, such as what is the RAM, CPU, hard disk, etc. That's it. What is VMDK file? It's a hard disk file, sir. It captures the VM hard disk index files. That's it. What is VMSD file? VMSD file is nothing but it's a snapshot data file. That I will explain you in another few minutes. I hope you got it right. So far, still we do have few more. I will tell. You can close it and power on the VMs, ma.
Where have to go?
Just click on it. Like you can see checkbox, right? Checkbox, power on. You can check both the VMs. As wait. Now wait. Now you are seeing, right? Test 1 is a pop-up with green triangle symbol. For test 2, you can see only blue color symbol, right? That
Yes.
triangle symbol is nothing but it's a powered on VM. Now, if you will click on power on for test 2, uncheck the test 1 and yeah, power on. Now you can see the triangle symbol for this one also. See, you're seeing, right? It means powering on. These are dummy VMs, but those are getting powered on. Now go back to storage and browse for these two VMs and check any extra files are popping up. So many, right? Down, you can see 3 dots, right? Just keep there and elaborate it to right side. Yeah. See, you are seeing so many now. What are they? These are not going to change. Only one thing I wanted to ask you. You can see all the VM names starts with a virtual machine name. Correct? Except from bottom second one, VMware log. Just close it, power off, and again power on. And keep it in your mind that we have seen power off. We have seen VMware log, one log, right? Now you will see another log also. Again power on. And browse the data store. You are seeing 2 log files now. Just check.
Yes.
What it does mean. It means, guys, if any VM is not working properly because of some issues, so these log files help us to know, did any VMware administrator executed something? Is anything done by administrators? To find out, these logs will help. Okay, what we need to do, we just need to right click on it and we have to download. And I will tell you, you can right click on it, Amma, to see that whether download option is coming or not. Yeah, you can see, right? We can copy, don't download. I will tell you in the real time. I'm just giving you the dot points now for this also, how to check that log. It's very simple. It's like a notepad only. Okay. So basically the VMware log is nothing but to check, to identify who logged into this VM and who have executed the particular task by that particular time. We can check it from here. It's very simple. It looks like a normal notepad file only. I will tell you in a real-time class. I hope this VMware log file is clear.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we have yeah, someone are asking something. Is that clear to everyone, guys? Masood,
What
Karthik.
is NVRAM?
Yeah,
Saman?
I'll come. One by one, I will explain. Yeah.
Okay.
Munira, you wanted to ask something? Okay. See, now we are clear with VMX. Just highlight whatever the name I am telling. VMX. Yeah, VMX we have seen. VMSD we have seen. And VMDK also we have seen. And now let me come to NVRAM. NVRAM is nothing but, guys, just a minute. Okay. Okay. So now, before going to, yeah, NVRAM. In this virtual machine, we, as per the customer requirement, we may install Windows, any flavor, right? Windows, it could be Windows 12 to 2012, 2020, 2019, any operating system. As per the customer requirement, we may install on this VM. We may install Linux, we may install Unix flavor also, as per the customer requirement. That operating system file we used to call BIOS file, right? Basic input output per second we used to call. So basically this NVRAM file is nothing but it will represent, it will capture the BIOS files. It contains the BIOS files, guys. Whatever the operating system we are installing here, that operating system files, that C drive, in our computer we used to see C drive, right? Our operating system file stores in C drive. That operating system files will be stored in this NVRAM file. You may think that this operating system, it could be captured around some 3 GB, 4 GB, right? But here it is showing 8 KB, 4 KB like that. It is the main advantage here, guys. If you have 2 GB, 3 GB data, it stores in just in MBs. It means it compresses the data. Okay, these files, what it does, it compresses the data so that within a short amount of volume can be accommodated with huge volume. Okay, I hope this one is clear. So logs also we have seen, and we have another one, swap file. Swap file is nothing but, guys, it's a you are seeing two swap files, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
How many swap files we have? Two. So usually to power on and to power off the virtual machine, we need some memory, guys, temporary memory. This swap file contains the memory. Okay, as you know, this virtual machine having 1 GB RAM, the same 1 GB you are seeing here. I hope this is clear for you.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. So this is all about the files. In interview, 99% they will ask. They will ask you, could you please explain us about VM files? These are the basic VM files which we will get. We have few more additional, 4 or 5 we have. I will explain about them now. VMDK, it's a hard disk file. Swap, VSwap, it means swap file. It means it's a memory file. Environments, it contains the BIOS files. VMSD means it's a snapshot file. VMX means it's a configuration file. And VMware log file means it's a log file which will help us to know who logged in and logged out and who did the activity. Swap file means this is a child file of the swap file. So you don't need to worry. And in between you are seeing VMX leaks, VMX leak and VMX suffix. Those two are VMX child files. These files, what they will do, they will work as a door delivery boy. VMX file is the main file which will coordinate with these all files actually. So who will coordinate with the help of VMX LCK, VMX, that option is then a colon option. So those two files will help VMX to communicate with remaining files. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, Saman.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Soumya. Let me share my screen. I wanted to explain about Snapshot.
I'll close this.
Yeah, just keep it aside. I may request you. Now my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, so far, is that clear to everyone? Just respond, okay?
Yes, Ram.
Yes,
Yeah.
Saman.
Why I'm asking again, I'm telling guys. సో ఏదైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే మీరు అడగకపోతే నాకు అసలు చెప్పినట్టు కూడా ఉండదు. ఓకే, నేను కావాలంటే 10 సార్లు చెప్తా. బట్ నాకు చెప్పిన తర్వాత నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు అంటే నాకు ఎక్కడో ఐ ఫీల్ అన్కంఫర్టబుల్. అందుకని నేను అన్నిసార్లు అడిగేది. ఓకే, సో నౌ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు discuss about a very, very important topic that is called snapshot. Okay, snapshot. Snapshot is nothing but, guys, it's a temporary backup, I can say. Snapshot is nothing but backup file. What it does mean? Why we need backup? What is the meaning of backup? Now we are playing cricket, and while playing, my leg got injured. Someone should be there for me backup, right? To play the same continue match. Correct, huh? So now, why I had taken that example here is, this is my VM. Okay, it could be a Windows VM, it could be a Linux VM, whatever. Now we have here around, we are 6 members here. So we all are using smart mobiles. It could be iPhone, it could be a like iOS, or it could be a Android. But we are using smart computers in our hands. So every 45 days once, or every 1 month once, we used to get the updates. Correct? We will get, right? We will get or not? We will get, right? So that updates how we are applying for our mobiles. In the same way, we will apply the updates for these VMs also. It could be a Windows, it could be a Linux. If these are Windows VMs, Windows team, they will update the patches for that operating system. If that VM is belongs to Linux team will apply the patches, updates. But while doing the patches, or while doing the upgrade, could be patch or upgrade, any activity in this operating system level, it could be a how to say, VM OS updates, upgrades, or application updates, VM hardware updates. So when we are doing these all activities, there will be a chance for failure. Now you started updating this operating system. In one area, it crashed. What you will do? So to avoid this area, we have snapshot in place. So what it will do, when you will create a snapshot on this virtual machine, okay, we will get 3 files. How many files we will get? As I told you guys, these are the file systems we have. See, these are the files we have. .vmx, .vmx, .vmdk. These all are there. So in these all, we have snapshot files also existing here. If I'm going to snapshot option, see, snapshot is nothing but it's a virtual machine feature. It is used to capture the present state of the VM configuration data. Whenever this definition is nothing but same. Whenever, see, now at this time, sorry, yeah. So 4 o'clock, I started the activity. It ended by 4:45. So if I take snapshot here, and here it got failed, when I take the snapshot, if I'll click on the snapshot and if I'll restore, 4 o'clock, how the virtual machine was working with the state, that state it will come back again. This everything will erase. That is called snapshot. I hope you got the basic information about this one. Correct? Yes or no? Okay. Yeah. It's an online activity. We no need to power down the server. Maximum in one virtual machine, we can take 32 snapshots. So when you will take 32, when you will take one snapshot, how, like as of now, we had discussed about these files, right? We had discussed about these files, right? Where are they? Yeah, these files. Along with these files, you will see these 3 files. Okay. So as I mentioned, VMSD file, it will be there with 0 KB. When you will take the snapshot, it captures the hard disk files. And VMSN file is nothing but it captures the memory file. Like it captures the VMX file is there, na? Like configuration data, CPU, memory, hard disk, that all the data, this VMSN file will capture. There is another file that is called flat.vmdk. So after taking the snapshot, if any data is storing, that data will store in this delta.vmdk. This delta.vmdk, how it looks like, 000001.vmdk. If you will take 2 snapshots, so next you will see 000002.vmdk, like that. So shall we see now? Soumya, could you please share your screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Can you see it, Saman?
Yeah. So I hope, please confirm guys whether I'm able to see. So for you guys, okay. So go to virtual machines. Yeah. Right click on any one of the virtual machine. You can see snapshot option, third option. Here you are seeing some options, right? Wait. Take snapshot means we are going to take the snapshot. Restore snapshot means whatever the snapshot you had taken. So in real time, the Windows team or Linux team will approach to you guys stating that, so our activity got failed. It could be operating system update, upgrade, or application upgrade. So we failed during that activity. We need the VM back. So at the time, you will click on restore snapshot or manage snapshots. There you will get the, like whatever the snapshot you had taken. So now click on take snapshot. And here you can uncheck that option down. I will tell you that name you can mention test snapshot. Yeah, take snapshot now. Yeah, take snapshot. Click on take snapshot. In real time, we will mention that activity name, what activity Windows team or Linux team is doing. So for that reason, we are taking this snapshot. And go back to storage and you can see that snapshot files will be there. Just elaborate. You can see VMSN. As I said, VMSN is the file where the all configuration data will stores in this snapshot. Okay. If you're going to VMSD down, VMSD down. Yeah, VMSD. Yeah, this is the file where the hard disk data will store. And as I said, delta.vmdk, that is the one, first one. As I said, 000001.vmdk. This is the one. After taking snapshot, if the customer is storing some data or someone is storing data, that data will store here. These are the snapshot files. Now, if we wanted to restore the snapshot to the existing normal state, so just close it and right click on the VM and go to manage snapshots. See, you had taken one snapshot with the name of test snapshot. You can select that one. Just click on it. Top, you can see restore snapshot. So when you click on restore snapshot, if you had taken the snapshot by 4 o'clock, by the 4 o'clock, what was the virtual machine state? So this VM will go back to that state.
I will click on it.
No, I'm just telling. This is how snapshot will work. Okay. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, Sama.
Yeah, you guys can do the practice. Okay. And let me share my screen now. Okay, just hold on. Don't share I don't want to share. So I hope so far it's clear, right? You can close the dashboard. Yeah. So again, right click on the test2 VM snapshot, take snapshot and stay here. So we have three type of snapshots. Okay, we have three type of snapshots. First one is we used to call crash consistent snapshot. Crash consistent snapshot is nothing but you need to uncheck below two checkboxes and you have to take the snapshot. That is called crash consistent snapshot. So the main and frequently used snapshot is called crash consistent snapshot. In every organization, everyone will take this crash consistent snapshot only. It's a recommended snapshot method in any organization. Why? Because it consumes the less space in data store. If the complete virtual machine space is some 50 GB, it keeps the data in within 1 GB. This crash consistent snapshot, basically it will be compressed and stored the data in data store. And it won't take much time to take the snapshot also. Okay. Is that clear? And while taking this one, it's fine. But when you are going to restore the virtual machine from this cross consistent snapshot, at that time, you have to see that VM will get powered down. Why? Because after powering down only, the old existing state will pop up. Okay. And now another one is there. You can see the option called snapshot with the virtual memory, right? This is a very like no one will use, but the option will be there. That is called memory snapshot. What it does without consuming less space, it takes the entire state of the virtual machine configuration. So while taking also, the snapshot will take too much of time to complete. Okay. And it occupies the large data in data store. Okay. While taking also VM will be hang for some few seconds, and while revert backing as usual, it will power off. It is online activity, but it's not recommended by organization, but the option will be there. Why? Because as per the customer requirements, so the possibility way and the critical way, both the ways the solution provider used to keep. That's the reason this option will be there. So basically, we will not use this option in real time. That is called virtual machine memory snapshot. Okay. And what is the third one? You can see in the screen, what is that? Quiz guest file system. It's a squeezed snapshot. We used to call it squeezed snapshot. So this squeezed snapshot we can take when we have VM tools in virtual machine. Like virtual machine should run with VM tools. It means VM drivers. Without these VM tools, you can't take this squeezed snapshot. Okay, it is like 100% data without any loss. Okay, but this snapshot also captures the more data and it stores. That's why this one also not recommended by the organization. So wherever you go, you will use cross consistent snapshot. So cross consistent snapshot, the wording you will not see. That's why I'm explaining here. If you wanted to take the cross consistent snapshot, you have to uncheck below two checkboxes and you have to take. And this is the one which you are going to take in your real-time operations. Looking forward. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, Aman.
Yeah. And here, as I told you, just a question. Snapshot is nothing but what? We have one virtual machine. That virtual machine entire state we are capturing and storing within the same data store. It means that files will occupy more space, right? It causes the less performance, right? So after the activity from Windows team or Linux team, few companies will keep this snapshot for 72 hours. Few companies will keep this snapshot for 48 hours. Few companies will keep only 24 hours and they will delete. Why? Because unnecessarily the virtual machine files, that those three snapshot files, as I mentioned in the earlier, this snapshot is nothing but temporary backup data, temporary purpose. So once we are fixing the issue, see, they wanted to update or upgrade the Windows virtual machine. They upgraded successfully. After 48 hours, we will delete the snapshot. We don't need. If that is getting failed, we will restore and we will keep for 48 hours and we will delete. In that way, we need to manage. Okay, is that clear, guys?
Yes.
And now, here in this virtual machine, like we had taken snapshot for two VMs, right? One VM, first VM, right?
Yeah, first one.
Can you go and try to increase the hard disk from 1 GB to 2 GB? First VM, test one, yeah. Go to edit settings. Wait, cancel. Just click on the test 2. Edit settings. Okay, cancel. This is a VMware workstation, right? That's it. Basically, when you will take the snapshot, at the time you can't increase hard disk actually. It
Why,
will be
Sama?
great. Why? Because when you will take a snapshot, that entire disk will be in read state only. As I mentioned, read and write. Read means we can able to see, that's it. Write means we can save the data. So when we have the snapshot inside of that virtual machine, you can't increase the hard disk. But you can add new hard disk. But from the existing hard disk, why? Because the snapshot captured the entire VM state, right? So you can't do any changes. You can't increase. Right? Is that clear?
Yes.
In interview, they will ask you, hi Masood, I have one virtual machine and it has around 500 GB hard disk, and I wanted to add another 100 GB disk, and I wanted to increase 500 GB to 600 GB. Is that possible? So how we can do? Is that possible? As I mentioned, we can add 100 GB hard disk, but 500 to 600 GB we can't increase. Why? Because if the snapshot will be there means we can't increase the existing hard disk. This is the way we have to explain to them. Okay. I hope it's clear, right?
Yes, Sama.
Someone.
Yeah. Thank you. And let me share my screen and let me yeah. Yeah. So we cleared these major two topics, and I wanted to just showcase this VM tools also. 16 tools. We already discussed about these tools during the VM installation itself. So here I just wanted to cover a few more things. Where it is. Yeah, see, virtual machine tools to make the communication between ESXi host and VM. These tools required. Okay, tools are nothing but, as I mentioned, set of drivers. Okay, so the set of drivers need not to be downloaded because while creating the VMs, ESXi will automatically grab the drivers. ESXi will push to virtual machine. In virtual machine, we can able to see those drivers. Directly we can install. We no need to attach, we no need to do anything. Okay, that's what here in mentioned. Whenever the ESXi host will get updated with a new set of drivers, the VM will also not be able to update. So at the time, manually, we have to update the tools. Tools are nothing but drivers, guys. So advantages, as I mentioned, so you will get a GUI, graphical user interface. Mouse movement will be good. Video resolution will be good. Color depth will be good. Synchronization time, everything will be good. Apart these three, network speed will be good. Okay, these are all the things, and these are all the disadvantages. You will not get a better performance. Okay, you see, with snapshot, with if you have VMware tools, with snapshot possible. Network speed will be good. Copy, paste, drag, drop options will work very speed manner, and vice versa. These are all the disadvantages. How to install the VMware tools? As I mentioned, right click on the VM, go to guest OS and install the tools. Open the VM console. Console is nothing but desktop. There you will see the files under DVD drive. So double click on it and finish. VM will reboot and it will apply. If you have already old VMware tools, and I mean to say you have ESXi with 6.5 and you upgrade it to 7.0. Probably here VM will run with some hardware version 12. So when you will upgrade ESXi, you have to upgrade the VM also to hardware version 13. In fact, we have to right click on the VM and we have to upgrade the tools as well. We don't need to attach. The new ESXi itself will push the set of drivers to update the VMware tools. This is all about today's class. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? I'm asking you guys, any doubts? Okay,
No,
thanks,
sir.
Masood. No, okay, thanks, Masood. Thank you, Karthik. Okay, then, yeah, this is the class for today. So we covered the VM files, snapshots, and VMware tools. So I will upload this one in our channel. You can go through. And if you guys have any doubts, you can just come up with the doubts for tomorrow's class. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.